Ian, you must be absolutely thrilled with that. For me, I thought best performance of the season so far.
By a mile, yeah, by a mile. I mean, certainly considering the opposition, and we know that they're a very, very strong team with a lot of good players. So for me, the way that we came out, controlled the game, and the football that we played, by far the best collective performance we've had. Yeah.
What pleased you the most about it then? The nitty-gritty tactical side of it. What was the best thing?
Do you know what? I liked how brave we were. You know, we're 1-0 up, and we didn't change the way that we played to get ourselves there. So we didn't start kicking long balls, and we still built from the back, and we were brave. We made a couple of mistakes, but we didn't let that drop, and I think we made them work exceptionally hard without the ball, and I think that was what pleased me the most. I just think the energy that we brought today was excellent across the team.
The new kid's good. Frank Vincent.
Yeah, he's not bad. Huh? You could see why we signed him. Listen, Vinny came in. We knew why we wanted Vinny, and you know, I've seen a lot of him. He's a very good football player, as are the other guys that we brought in. But not everybody's an instant hit straight away. Vinny needed time to build up his fitness, and then we started the season. We had 7 games without losing. He didn't break in, but he's just been training. Except it's a good example to the rest of the squad of if you maintain your level in training, you work hard, you don't let your head drop. When the opportunity comes, come and take it. And I thought he was brilliant.
Talk me through why he, and it's a masterstroke now, but talk me through why he gets in the team after a really good performance on Tuesday night, and Cairo Mitchell after 2 goals on Tuesday night doesn't. Why stick with Vincent today? I'm not so much talking about Cairo, but why go with Vincent today, and why was he the man and to go on and do what he did?
Well, for me, I watched Stockport and I seen the way they play, and I saw the spaces that were open and the way in which we could exploit it, and I felt like Ruben coming from higher up the pitch to find those spaces, but then I needed runners either side, and I thought Vinny brings that energy, Jim brings that energy, and Ruben can correct a lot of their movement. So that's why, you know, it was nothing to do with whether Cairo was excellent, or it was totally the players that I saw tactically fit in this game do. And it's a different game on Tuesday and a different game next Saturday, and I think our players understand that some players are going to be perfect situation in this system, in this way, based on the opposition as well, and that's what we try and do, and I thought of course today it worked.
As a midfield trio, and put him and O'Brien and Palmer in there as well, could that be a week in, week out solution for you, or do you tinker?
No, I just think if they play well, then yeah, and if it suits the way in which we want to play, absolutely, and then it's for the guys that are out to understand what they need to do when they come into the game. You know, Cal came in today. He's obviously been struggling a little bit with his hamstring, but I thought when he came in, he gave us something extra in there. So to also have these options off the bench was great today.
Today felt like one of those proper game of football. Like, even if you were getting to the ground 3 hours beforehand, there were already people milling around. 2 big clubs at this level, good crowd as well, and your team rose to it. I guess it's like get them to do that every game is against the smaller clubs, under smaller crowds and smaller spotlights.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that there was going to be a great crowd today, and there was. I thought that the fans were magnificent, and they backed us all the way from minute one. But I also think we talked about it, that when we have a big crowd like this, we have to give them what they want, and that is to be positive, to make sure that we pick up second balls, we win the tackles, we do all those little things that kind of get them behind us, and then our football should hopefully tick with that. So I mean, for us, we want to play in front of a lot of people, and we want to play in the big games, and it doesn't surprise me that we rose up. So I agree. I mean, against the teams that maybe we wouldn't expect to, the teams that we would expect to come here and win comfortably, we have to have that mindset and that same aggression and intensity.
You talk about giving the fans what they want. It was very generous at the end to give some of the Stockport fans that had left what they want. It was the most Notts County thing. I know you've quickly realised that Notts are a law unto themselves, and you know there's no such thing as a straightforward 3 points often. What happened at the end with the penalty?
I don't know. Do you know, I saw like 4 minutes come up, and then 3 of that had gone, and they kicked a long ball, and I thought, I will deal with that. And then it's game over, you know. That's it. Another clean sheet, great defence. I thought we defended brilliantly until that moment, absolutely brilliantly. And then it's just, I think Connor was dead on his feet. You know, he's come back and he's done great, but he's dead on his feet, and just a bit of miscommunication. And then, of course, he got a corner after it. And there's me thinking, we've been so good today. You know, I can enjoy the last 30 seconds of a game, but no chance. And we couldn't let anybody do that. So it was I'm disappointed because I wanted another clean sheet. I think our defence deserved that. But listen, it's a mistake. We switched off. We had to deal with it. But listen, I don't want that to take the shine off of a great performance.
No, absolutely. And as we started this with best performance of the season so far by a mile. Connell, when he overhead kicked him in the head, he looked like he was holding his calf a little bit. Was just that a bit of cramp?
Yeah, cramp. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to get cramp before then, to be fair. And we had chicks ready to come on, but I knew that there'd be a lot of long balls and set pieces towards the end as they kind of pushed and pushed. So Connell's kind of qualities in the box were massive for us. So he had to limp on and get through it.
In a way, is today and the performance and the kind of completeness of that performance almost validating and a message to the players in that changing room as well, that when you're at it, it all works.
Yeah, I said before the game, we know where our top level sits. We haven't achieved it enough. Sometimes we've done it in bits in games and then switched off, and we have to be really relentless with the way in which we want to play and perform every minute of every game. And I think we set a real marker there today, but we've got to do it consistently. This was the start of a very, very tough week with Bromley and Grimsby, thick and fast, and they're two very, very good teams that have both won again today. So the challenge now is to rise up and show that we can do it consistently.
Just finally, so it's the start of a big week. It's the start of a big 5 or 6 weeks, isn't it? Because you look at the teams that you're going to play between now and, I dare say, the 4th of December. It could be a season-defining run of games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that anything's defined by the 4th of December, but I understand we play a lot of teams that are up there and we get a lot of good reference points for, look, where are we at? Today was a good marker and we set that down and said, look, we can compete. It'll be a very different game against Bromley on Tuesday, I think. But listen, we've got to take each game as it comes. I know it's quite a boring thing to say, but we need to do that and just now focus on Bromley, not worry about too many games ahead, and just try to recreate a similar performance again.